Hello everybody, welcome to another game here on the channel. This is going to be Inside Pitch. The reason why I'm doing this game is I wanted to give it a fair shake as far as presentation. When I've been doing Inside Pitch lately, it's all been live videos where I've only been getting 720p. So I wanted to do a recorded video so you could see how good the cards actually look instead of my crappy equipment. At least now I can do 1080. So I'm hoping that you can see the cards better and hopefully appreciate how well the cards are designed and how colorful and everything they are. Also trying a new setup and trying to do this with the setup I use for replay baseball and payoff pitch baseball. See how this plays out. Another reason to do this is just, experimenting. This game was played July 4th, 1986, which is why I chose it. And another reason why I chose it is a great pitching matchup. Nolan Ryan against Dwight Gooden. So I figured why not do it at that point. So we'll give it a go, see how it goes. It is July 4th. Happy Independence Day to everyone. And like I said, hopefully with this being recorded, the video quality will be better, and hopefully you guys will be able to see the cards better than normally when I do it on Saturday when I only get 720p, and sometimes it's hard to see the cards as well as I would like you to see them. Another thing I did is, for those of you who don't have the fancy thing that Robert uses and that I use on Saturdays for the base running, now I gotta find it. Must be over here somewhere. Well, I don't know where it is now. Just off the cuff, I can't find it. It's in one of my boxes somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Anyway, I just did this on my own on a little piece of paper, so it's very easy. You can do it yourself. You don't need a fancy outline Excel printed thing to do it. You can do it just like I did it right here. Single to left, single to center, and single to right. First to third, second to home, first to home, and you do the numbers based on based on the results chart here and based on the arm ratings of the outfielders. So pretty simple to do. And like I said, you don't need a fancy Excel blocked spreadsheet to do it. So another reason why I wanted to do this, just to show, because people have been asking me for a copy of that, and I think I've got it in Excel, but I don't know if I'm 100% sure. If I have it in Excel, I don't think it's properly sized, or it may be because that's the last one I did. So I do have it, but also on Universal Baseball Association Facebook page, Robert has all his little cheat sheets for base running. You can download those for free from that. Just find that on the Universal Baseball Association page on Facebook, and you can download all that stuff that he has put up there for you. But like I say, you don't have to have it. You can have this little thing here. Works just fine. All right. Ready now. Let me make sure. One last check. I think everything is in play here. I do have the scorebook off to the side, but it's right here, so I can keep track of everything. Let me give one more look to make sure, do one more little focus check to make sure that we're in good shape, and I think we are. Dwight Gooden is on the mound. Looks like, let me do one more thing here to make sure he comes in for crystal clear as I can get him. There's Dwight Gooden. And leading off for the Astros will be Bill Doran. Bill Doran will lead things off, second baseman. And this game from July 4th, 1986 is underway. 5-2, and that's going to be, well, actually I should have these backwards because the pitcher's first. I'm used to doing replay baseball where the batter's first. This time the pitcher's first. 5-2, it's an automatic out against the switch hitting batting left. It's an automatic out. So let's see what the out's going to be. It's going to be a fly to center field. So one down. Bill Doran is retired. And that'll send up Ty Gainey. He only had 50 at-bats on the season, but Billy Hatcher is not on the roster. Presumably he is injured. So they called up Ty Gainey to take his place. Gooden. 5-5 is a possible error on a grounder. Go to Gainey, 5-1, and that is a single to third. But with a possible error, that no longer becomes an error, and I will show that on the chart. We'll show that on the chart. An error with a single It's right here in bright yellow. It's number 4, and it says no error check as no error can be made. Right here in red, easy to see. So what you're going to do is roll 1d6 versus the base running rating of the batter. If it's higher, hitter's out. Otherwise, it's a base hit. So Ty Gainey's run rating is a 4. So we're going to roll 1d6. If it's a 5 or a 6, he is going to be out. If it's a 1 to 4, he beats it out for an infield hit. It's pretty much that simple. And it's a 1, so he does beat it out. So Ty Gainey is on first base. And his run rating is or his attempt rating rather. Let me see here. So first of all, I'm going to put him on scorebook for single. His attempt is a 5, so +1 from Gooden makes it a 6. It's a 3, so he will get a chance to steal. We'll bring Gainey back out. He's got a 15 stolen base rating. Gooden adds to that 2 more to make it 17. And then the catcher, Gary Carter, has an arm of +1, makes it an 18. So 1 to 18, he will steal it. And he does. So Ty Gainey not only beats out the infield hit with his speed, but he steals second base. So Ty Gainey is at second base with 1 out. He's in scoring position for Denny Walling. Strategy roll for Gooden. Nothing happening. So here's Gooden to Walling. 3-4, and that's a strikeout chance to a lefty, which he is a lefty. Strikeout chance. He strikes out at a 5. Stadium adds 1, makes it a 6, but that's a 9. The little dot is under the number, so that's a 9. 6 is right there. 9 is right there, so it fails. Walling will swing. 6-4. Split chance, and against a right-hander, that's a single pass first base. And with a single pass first base, to score from second base on an S3, you need a 4 or higher to score. And Ty Gainey is a 4, so he will score a base hit. Denny Walling singles in Ty Gainey, and the Astros take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. How about that? Walling does not have an attempt rating. Gooden does have some balk chances and pickoff chances, so we'll roll for the strategy. But nothing happening. And here comes Glenn Davis. Infield looking to turn 2. 1-4 is the ballpark card. Going to Shea Stadium for the first time. Shea Stadium. 1-6 is a grounder to second. That's a possible double play. He's a 2. Gooden takes away 1, though. Drops it to a 1. They were halfway, brings it back to a 2. The pivot at shortstop is Rafael Santana, and he's a 0. So it's going to stay as a 2. 1-2 is a double play. And it is double play. How about that? That's going to end the inning. So nice play there to end the inning by the Mets to get out of it. So it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. Backman to Santana to Hernandez to end the inning. For the Astros, a run. They do it on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the first here at Shea Stadium. It is the Astros 1 and the Mets coming to bat. So Gooden got out of what could have been more trouble. Let me see, I just moved that. So you know what? Pause the video real quick and adjust something. Okay, bottom of the first, and Nolan Ryan comes out. He has been given a 1-0 lead to work with. He's going to face Nails, Lenny Dykstra. Lenny Dykstra steps to the plate against Ryan. 2-6, that's a strikeout plus. He strikes out at a 6. The plus makes him a 16. Stadium adds 1 to 17, so that fits. That's a strikeout. Lenny Dykstra is out of there on strikes. First strikeout for Nolan Ryan. Comes Wally Backman. 3-4, and that's a range play. So we're going to go to Wally Backman's card for a range check. 6-2, that's a single to center field, but it's a range check on the center fielder, Ty Gainey. Ty Gainey's range is a 3. So 3 or less, he'll make the play. Otherwise, it's going to drop in for a single. And he does not make the play, so Backman does get that base hit. One out single for Wally Backman. Question is, can he get a jump to steal? His attempt is a 3, but Nolan Ryan adds 3, so that makes it a 6. But still nothing happening, so he can't go anywhere. So Keith Hernandez will come up with a runner at first and one out. Infield double play depth. Ryan, 6-1's a strikeout chance, but that's a 20, too high, so Hernandez will swing. 3-1, single pass second base. So how about that? Single pass second for Hernandez. Backman runs at a 4, and they get from first to third on an S4. All you need is a 2 or better, so definitely Hernandez will make it to third base. So runners are now at the corners with one out. Hernandez has nowhere to go. He has no attempt, so Nolan Ryan has no pickoffs, no balks, no errors, so no strategy roll will even be needed right now. But runners are at the corners with one out for Darryl Strawberry, the straw man. Infield back for the double play. 2-4, that's a strikeout plus, and he's going to get him. So big strikeout there for Nolan Ryan for out number 2 as Strawberry fans. And now it's up to Gary Carter if the Mets are to score. Infield now back to their normal depth. Ryan 4-3, and that is against a right-hander, another strikeout plus, and he's going to strike out the side, aside from the 2 hits he allowed. So there's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Struck them all out to get those outs. So at the end of 1 inning of play, it is Houston 1 and New York nothing. So far, Ryan is getting the best of the youngster Gooden. The veteran Ryan over the youngster Gooden to this point through 1 inning. But we got 8 innings to go, so anything is liable to happen. Kevin Bass will lead off, the right fielder for Houston. I'm getting used to the setup myself, so it's a little bit awkward, but I'm giving it a go, see how it goes. That's part of the fun, is experimenting on some of these things. So we get a 1-2, and that's a double question mark, which is a pitcher result. Bass is a switch hitter batting left, so we check the left column. 1 to 11 is an automatic out. That's a 6, so it's an automatic out. Let's see what kind of out it is. It's a ground ball to short. So Kevin Bass grounds to Santana for out number 1. Brings up Jose Cruz, left fielder. And oddly enough, in this game, all 3 outfielders for Houston have a +1 arm, and all 3 outfielders for the Mets have 0 arm. So it's very easy to figure out the little thing there. All right, 5-4 for Gooden as a potential walk, and that's a 14. He walks at an 11. Stadium adds 2, makes it a 13, but that's going to miss. So Cruz will not get the free pass. He will have to earn it. 5-5, he flies to right field for out number 2. So 2 away, and that's going to bring up Craig Reynolds, the shortstop. Two, 4, and that's a range play. So we're going to Reynolds' card for a ranged play. 2-6, that's a single to right field, but we're checking the range of Darryl Strawberry. And Strawberry's range in right field is only a 2, not very good. So 1 to 2, he'll make this play. Otherwise, it'll stay a single. And he does make the play. So how about that? Darryl Strawberry takes the hit away from Craig Reynolds and retires the side. Nice play there by Strawman. 3 up and 3 down go the Astros in the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 1-0 Houston over the Mets. And Ryan back out. Danny Heap's in left field today. Usually a pinch hitter most of the time, but he is getting the start in this game. So Danny Heap, see what he can do. Solid hitter, 282 average. 2-2, and that is an automatic out. That is a star line. Let's see what the out is. It is a ground ball to first, so easy play for Glenn Davis. And Heap is out, 3 unassisted. 1 down for Hojo. One is a possible error on a throw. 3-4 is a single to right field. There's no throw to worry about because nobody's on base, so it's just going to be a single. No throwing error to concern ourselves with. So Hojo is on. His attempt is a 3, but again, the +3 from Ryan makes it a 6. And he will get a chance to steal. He's an 18. Ryan adds 1, makes it a 19. Mizarok is a +1, makes it a 20. Well, you can't have a 20. 19 is the highest you can go. So 1 to 19, he will make it. And he does. So Hojo not only singles, but steals second base. Gets himself into scoring position with 1 out for Rafael Santana. Shortstop. Light hitting shortstop, but good fielding shortstop. Oh, sorry. Supposed to have done a... No, I didn't need a strategy roll. My bad. I messed that up. Let's reboot. 5-6. Home run question mark. Against the right-hander is a 1 to 13, but that fails. Plus, Santana cannot hit a home run against a righty anyway. So we go to Santana. 5-3 is a fly to center field. That is out number 2. Question is, can Hojo move up? Hojo's speed is a 4. Center fielder's got a +1 arm, makes it a 5. To go from second to third on a fly to center, you lose 2, so it makes it a 3. 1 to 3, he'll make it, and he does. So Hojo will take third on the fly out to center field. 2 down, but now it's up to Dwight Gooden, who's not a very good hitter. It's up to Dwight Gooden to drive in a run, or hope for an error or range play or something. Ryan, 6-2. That's a boy. Could get a wild pitch as well. That is a potential wild pitch. That's a 14. Means it's a possible pass ball. So Mizarok's pass ball rating is a 5. So the only way this is a pass ball is if we roll a 6. And it's not a pass ball. He blocks it. So nice play there by Mizarok to keep that from happening. Ryan will pitch again. 3-5. And that's a range play at the stadium. So we go to Shea Stadium for a range play. 1-6, that's a ground ball to second. We're checking the range of Bill Doran, which is not very good. It's only a 2, so Dwight Gooden might be able to tie this game. Doran only has to get this as a 1 or a 2, and he can't. So Dwight Gooden, how about that? Dwight Gooden, an RBI, 2-out RBI single for Gooden thanks to the failed range play on Bill Doran, and we have a tie game at 1 apiece. Gooden obviously no threat to run, so we'll just issue with any kind of strategy roll. Ryan, 4-6 is a strikeout chance. 12 is too high, so Dykstra will swing. 3-5, it's a fly to right field, and that's going to end the inning. But the Mets will tie the score thanks to the RBI single from Dwight Gooden. And after 2 complete, we are tied at a run apiece for the Mets in that inning. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. So we go to the third, tied at 1 apiece. And due up for the Astros is the catcher, John Mizarok. He had momentarily saved a run on a potential wild pitch, but then Gooden got the base hit anyway to score the run. But you can see he had a 5 pass ball rating. That second number is a pass ball rating. So 5 is the best you can have. And he did block it just in time. So here's Gooden to Mizarok. 2-4, and that's a range play. So now maybe Mizarok, who's not a good hitter, can benefit from a range play. 5-6, it's a single to first base, but that's Keith Hernandez. And his range is a 5, the best you can have, as you might imagine. So unless this is a 6, Hernandez will make the play. It's a 6. How do you like that? Failed range play, and Mizarok will beat it. Will get to make it. So unbelievable base hit for Mizarok on the failed range play. Failed range play for Keith Hernandez because we rolled a 6. Go figure. All right, Nolan Ryan's up there to bunt. He's a 3 bunter, but we need strategy roll first for Gooden. And nothing's happening. So now Ryan's up there to bunt. He's a 3 bunter with the corners in. He'll be a 2. First we roll on Gooden, though, to check for strikeout. 5-5 is a possible error on a ground ball. So that means we got to check a possible error on a bunt. So we're going to roll for the bunt. He's a 2. And we get a 3. And the first baseman is the defensive player to check. Since we rolled a 3, it's the first baseman. That is a 3. He's a 2 and a 3. It's a good bunt. Sacrifice bunt. But now we're checking for an error because we did have an error possibility. Keith Hernandez's error rating is only a 1, so we have to roll a 1 for this to be an error. And it is not, so it's going to be a successful bunt for Nolan Ryan. Keith Hernandez will just take it and tag out Ryan coming up the line. Mizarok will take second, 1 away. Order flips over to Bill Doran, but Nolan Ryan did his job. Runners in scoring position. Strategy roll again. 14, nothing happening. Gooden to Doran. 4-1, and against a switch hitter batting left, that is an automatic out. Against a right-hander would have been a home run chance, but here it's an automatic out. We'll see what the out is. It's a 4, ground ball to second, so that means the runner will take third with 2 outs. So Doran grounds it to Backman. Mizarok will take third. 2 down with Mizarok at third base. And Ty Gainey, the batter. This is where the Astros are missing Billy Hatcher for sure. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Gooden to Gainey, 6-2 is a strikeout chance. 18 will get him. So that's going to end the inning. Gooden strikes him out. They leave Mizarok at third. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the third. Still 1-1 here at Shea Stadium. Nolan Ryan back out. We'll be facing Wally Backman. I know it looks on the field, it looks backwards because the batter's on the pitcher's mound and the pitcher's more to the plate, but the flow of the game dictates that you read the pitcher first, so that's why I'm doing it that way, whereas with replay, you read the batter first, so it makes more sense, but oh well. Like I said, it's work in progress. So, for the Mets, here's Backman. He singled his first time up. 2-1 is a ballpark result, so we're going to Shea Stadium for Wally Backman's at bat. 3-5, and it's just a grounder right in front of the plate. Mizarok will throw to first base. And the inning, or the out is recorded 2-3. 1 down. That'll bring up Keith Hernandez. He also singled his first time up. Ryan, 5-2. Strikeout chance, 10 is too high. Go to Hernandez. 4-5, and that is a double to left field for Keith Hernandez. He strokes one the opposite way, a double to left on the 4-5 result. Right there, 4-5, D7. That's a double to left for Keith Hernandez. He is now 2 for 2. No threat to run, so no strategy roll will be needed. Here's Darryl Strawberry. Runner at second and 1 out. 6-5 is a walk plus, so Strawberry will walk, and that will load, well, not load the bases, but it'll put runners at first and second. What it does do is set up a force play. So now the double play is definitely in order, and Gary Carter is a pretty decent fellow to hit into double play. He's got a rating of 3. So it may not have been a bad play to walk Strawberry. So here's Ryan. 4-4, and that is a potentially walk as well against a righty. He's an 8. He walks at a 9. Stadium even adds 2 more, making 11. So now the bases are loaded. So back-to-back walks from Nolan Ryan has loaded the bases. Base full of Mets with only 1 out. And Danny Heap coming up. Infield is playing back for the double play. It would be a 1, 2, or 3 for a double. So you got a 50-50 chance of turning a double play. So they'll try that. 5-1 hit by pitch. He's a 3. Plus 3 is a 6. That's a 2. He's going to hit him. Nolan Ryan losing all control now. 2 walks in a row and now a hit by pitch. And that's going to force in the go-ahead run as Hernandez crosses the plate. Strawberry takes third. Carter takes second. Heap will mosey to first after being hit by the pitch. And now Ryan's in deep trouble. Here's Howard Johnson. 3-1, another wild pitch chance, and that will be a not wild pitch. Mizarok cannot stop it, so that will be a wild pitch. Coming in to score will be Strawberry on the wild pitch. Going to third is Carter, and going to second is Danny Heap. So now the force play is out of question. Mets lead 3-1, so now the infield is going to come in for Houston. 6-3, strikeout plus, and that makes up for a little bit as a strikeout Johnson for out number 2. Now Santana is due up. First base is open, but he's only a .218 hitter. And if you walk him intentionally, there's always a chance you could walk the pitcher Gooden too on a walk plus or something. So let's see how they want to play that. If they want to, I think no matter how bad Santana is, you're not going to take a chance. You're going to make the pitcher do the hitting. So they will intentionally walk Santana. They're going to take that chance. It's an intentional walk to load the bases and force Dwight Gooden, an .086 hitter, to do something. 2-2, and that is an automatic out. So Ryan will get out of it on a grounder to first. Glenn Davis will take it to the bag himself to end the inning, but damage done. 2 runs for the Mets. And at the end of 3, they lead it by the score of 3-1. For the Mets in this inning, 2 runs. They do it on just 1 hit. There was no errors, and they left all 3 on base. You had 3 walks and a hit by pitch mixed in. And right now it is 3-0 Mets as we go to the top of the 4th. So Nolan Ryan definitely had little issues there with his control. He's got to see if he can rectify that for future innings or he won't be around long. Gooden back out now, enjoying a 3-1 lead. And he's facing Denny Walling, who singled his first time up. 3-4, and that is a strikeout chance to a left-hander. That's a 10. He strikes out of 5, though. Even with the stadium, it's not going to help him. So no strikeout. Walling will swing. 3-1. He's going to fly to center. Put away by Dykstra. 1 away. And that's going to bring up Glenn Davis. He hit into a double play his first time up. Gooden. 3-6. Range play. So we're going to Davis for a range check. 2-2 is a liner to third. A liner to third. Range play, liner to third. Liner to third would become a number 5 if the range is not made. Howard Johnson, range play. At third base, he's a 2. So not very good, but he's going to see if he can grab it. He does, so how about that? Howard Johnson showing uncanny range there. Got a good jump on that off the bat and was able to track it down and keep it from going into left field. That's out number 2, and here's Kevin Bass. 6-5 is a potential walk, and it will be a walk. It's no longer a potential. It is a walk. 2-out walk to Kevin Bass. Now let's check. His attempt is a 4, plus 1 from Gooden is a 5, but nothing's happening. So Kevin Bass will stay put. And that'll bring up Jose Cruz, the batter, with Bass at second base and 2 down. Gooden to Cruz. 5-4. That's another walk chance. 18, though, is too high. Or 16, rather, is too high. Go to Cruz. 5-6. Grounder to first. And Hernandez will take it to the bag himself to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 3-1 Metropolitans. Dwight Gooden leading the way with his pitching. Now, by walking Santana to get to Gooden, that means they're going to let Dykstra lead off instead of having Gooden lead off. That's the trade-off you make when you walk the 8th place hitter. You don't get to have the pitcher lead off the next inning. So here's Dykstra. He is 0 for 2, though. 2-6. He's going to be 0 for 3. That's a strikeout plus, so he is out of there. Dykstra 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. So he's off to a rough start. But all fairness to him, that was a rough roll. All right, so here's Wally Backman. He's 1 for 2. 1-5 is a range play, so we're going to Backman for the range check. 2-1 is a ground ball to short. We're checking the range of Craig Reynolds. His range is a 3, which is average. So 1 to 3, he gets it. 4, 5, or 6, it gets by him for a hit. And he gets it, makes the play, 2 down. So Nice play by Craig Reynolds to make the play on Backman, and that brings up Keith Hernandez, and Ryan needs a 1-2-3 inning in the worst way after that long third inning. 5-1 is a hit by pitch. He's a 4 plus 3 is a 7, but 20 is going to be too high. So Hernandez will take a swing at it. 3-3. Question mark 8 goes up here. 11 or less, it's a hit. That's a 3, which falls into a single. So Keith Hernandez is 3 for 3, 2 singles and a double for Keith Hernandez. That'll bring up the straw man, Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry has struck out and walked. 6-1 is a strikeout chance, and he got him. So Strawberry is out of there to end the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the 5th inning. It is still 3-1 Mets here at Shea Stadium. And like I said, I don't know how this new setup is going to look on video until I actually upload it and see it. So I'm just, like I said, just experimenting and seeing how it plays out. Let's check and make sure focus just didn't get out of whack here. Make it a little bit clearer if we can. All right. Just in case me putting the cards underneath the show ratings might cause the focus to be a little bit fuzzy, I want to make sure that gets taken away. Check that periodically. All right, Gooden to Reynolds. Reynolds flew to right his first time. 6-1 is a range play at the ballpark. So we bring in Shea Stadium for a range play. 5-4 is a ground ball to third. So we're checking the range of Hojo. Howard Johnson, we've seen earlier he's a range of 2. He made that play on that line drive. So his range is a 2. Can't get it. It's going to be a base hit. Now is it a single or a double? It will be a single for Craig Reynolds. So leadoff single for Mr. Craig Reynolds as he sneaks it by Hojo. And that'll bring up Mizarok. He singled his first time up. Strategy roll for Gooden. Nothing happening. Mizarok. Gooden to Mizarok. 6-6 is a potential walk. That's a 9. So he will walk him. Mizarok walks with a 24 rating, so you know he walks a lot. So that's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. And obviously, Nolan Ryan's up here in a bunt situation. We'll roll for strategy just to see what happens. Nothing happening there, but there will be a bunt. Nolan Ryan will bunt. His bunt rating is a 3, which turns into a 2. So all we need to worry about is he's a 2 bunt rating. First, we'll have Gooden pitch and check for strikeout. 6-2 is a potential strikeout. When you bunt, the strikeout rating is cut in half. So that's a 13. His strikeout number is a 22. It's cut in half to an 11. Plus 1's a 12, and that's a 13. So he will not strike out because it's cut in half when you bunt. So he will not strike out. He will get the bunt down. So we roll for the bunt. He is a 2 bunter. That is a 15, and it's a 1. Means Gooden's going to field it. And he's a 15 with a 2 bunter. That's the lead runner. Lead runner's thrown out. Hitter and batter is safe at first. So they get the runner at third. So it's going to go as a fielder's choice, as the bunt was too hard and Gooden was able to get it and throw to Howard Johnson at third. It's going to go 1-5 on the fielder's choice. Mizarok will take second. Ryan is at first, but a failed bunt play really hurts him there. You got the 2 slow runners on the bases for Bill Doran. You need an extra base hit to probably score him. Strategy roll, first of all. Nothing happening. Gooden to Doran. 2-5, that's a possible error. Go to Doran's card. That's a 1-3, which is a star 1, which is a ground ball to short. That's a 16. There is no error. Santana's rating for error is only a 6. So he will make the play. Now we're checking for a double play. He's a 2, but you lose 1 from Gooden, makes him a 1, but your double play depth brings it back to a 2. And then the pivot man, Wally Backman, is a -1, so it drops it to a 1 again. So it has to be a 1 for a double play. It is not. It's a 2. So I still believe they get the force on Ryan. They do. So it's a fielder's choice. It will not be a double play, but it is a fielder's choice 6-4 as they force Ryan at second base. Doran is the new runner at first, and going to third is Mizarok. Now there's 2 away. Doran, though, has an attempt of 7 to see if he can steal second base. And he's got the opportunity. He's a 14. Plus 2 is a 16. Carter adds 1's a 17. 1 to 17, and he's going to steal second base. And he does. So Doran steals second base, and all of a sudden, 2 runners are in scoring position, and 1 base hit can tie the game. As 2 runners are in scoring position for Ty Gainey. Boy, he's a 300 hitter, though, so he did single and steal a base his first time up, so anything can happen with him, even though he only had limited at bats, nothing on the strategy. Gooden to Gainey with runners at second and third and 2 outs. 3-2, and that's a possible error on a throw. So we go to Gainey. 2-3 is a star 1, which is a ground ball to short. Possible error on a throw, but Santana's only a 6, and that's a 16. So Santana will make the play after a tough hop. And the Astros will leave 2 runners in scoring position. Boy, that might come back to bite them. So for the Astros in the inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 3-1 Mets, as the Astros leave some chances on the base paths. Nolan Ryan can face 24 batters. Right now he has faced 22. So bullpen activity for the Astros, as they have right-hander Charlie Kerfeld loosing in the bullpen. Gary Carter, Danny Heap, and Howard Johnson the batters against Ryan. 4-6, strikeout chance, got him. Ryan says, "Who's tired?" Not me. So Carter is out of there. Brings up Danny Heap. 1-2, strikeout chance. 12 will not get him, so Heap does get to take another hack. 6-4, and it pays off. It's a single to left field for Danny Heap. So Danny Heap will single. So Ryan is now facing, that was his 24th batter. So he is now tired. And Hojo is your batter. Danny Heap with an attempt of 2 plus the 3 there makes him a 5. Nothing happening. So now you got Hojo. Hojo is up against a tired Nolan Ryan. 3-4, and that's a range play. 5-6 is a liner to short. It's right at, or not right at, but it's toward the shortstop. And that is Craig Reynolds. His range is a 3. So he has to nail this if he can, 1, 2, or 3. And he does. So he lines it to short, makes the grab. Now it's a potential double play. They could double off Heath, or Heap, rather, I should say. When your runner's on first and the liner goes to shortstop, you have to roll a 1 for it to be a double play. Anything else, he gets back. And he gets back. So out number 2, Johnson hit it hard, but the play was made by Reynolds to keep the inning going with a chance to get out of it. He's got Rafael Santana. He is tired, remember, but they're going to try to get him through the inning. Let's see. Again, Heap has an attempt of 7. That's a 20, but there's no pickoffs for Ryan, so we're just going to pitch. 2-4, strikeout plus, and he got him to end the inning. So Nolan Ryan will at least make it through 6 innings. I'm sorry, through 5 innings, I should say. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. 5 innings in the books. Still Mets 3, Astros 1. Here from July 4th, 1986. Now the question is, does Ryan come back for the 6th inning? Because he is tired, but we'll see. Due up for the Astros, we're not anywhere near the pitcher spot, so no worries of pinch hitting for Ryan right now. It's going to be Denny Walling, and Gooden can face 31 batters. He's only faced 20, so he's definitely in good shape. Gooden, 4-4, is a blank, one of the rare blanks we rolled so far. And Walling will swing. 2-3, grounder to first, and Keith Hernandez right there, 1 away. Walling is out of there. And that will bring up Glenn Davis. and his 31 homers, but a home run will not tie the game. That's advantage of leading by more than one. 3-6 is a range play. Had a lot of range plays so far in this game. 5-4 is a ground ball to third. We're again checking Howard Johnson. He is a 2. And he gets it. So Howard Johnson putting on a clinic out there. I believe he's now 2 out of 3 on range plays. He made a range play on Glenn Davis last time with a liner, I do believe. This time he gets him on a ground ball for out number 2. So Howard Johnson showing his defense. Gooden to Bass. 4-3 is a strikeout chance. 16 too high. We go to Bass. 6-4 single past first base. So Kevin Bass, a 2-out single. And that will bring the tying run to the plate and Jose Cruz. Bass has an attempt of 5. Nothing happening. So Bass will not get the jump. And here's Jose Cruz. He is the tying run. 3-4. Strikeout chance against the lefty Cruz. That's a 17, though. Too much. So Cruz will swing it. 6-5. Star line 4. It's going to be a ground ball to who else but Howard Johnson. He will take it and throw the short way to second base with a forced play on Bass. And the inning's over. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 3-1 Mets. And now the question is, what do you do with Nolan Ryan? He is tired. He is set to bat third next inning, so if you could eke out a 6th inning out of him, then you might be able to, then you'd be able to pinch it for him after that. But we'll see. They do have, actually now, with lefties coming up, they do have Frank DiPino. Their one lefty is loosing in the pen. So they could be bringing in DiPino if Ryan falters or if he hits one of those parentheses marks where he has to come out. So there's a couple of options where they would remove him. One being given up base runners and being ineffective, and the other is hitting that double question mark. Or the parentheses roll, I should say. First he faces Dwight Gooden, though, so gets at least a break to start out with, although Gooden did get a hit his first time up on a, I believe it was a failed range play. 5-6, home run question mark. That's going to pass, but Gooden has no home run chances, so Gooden will just swing. 4-1, it's a ground ball right back to Nolan Ryan for 1 away. So now the question is, what do you do? Now you got some lefties coming up. Dykstra, switch hitter Backman, and then Hernandez and Strawberry. Boy, they're going to go ahead and make the move and pull Nolan Ryan. They're not going to take any chances with the lefties coming up. They're going to go to the lefty out of the pen, Frank DiPino. They will not double switch because DiPino does not pitch very long of an outing, so he's in there to get through this inning, and that's it. So they will pinch it for DiPino in the top of the 7th. Right now, they're going to make the move. So for Ryan, he's going to go 5 1/3 innings. He's going to give up a total of 7 hits and 3 runs, all of them earned. And let's see here. He walked a bunch. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Well, not that many. He walked them all in the one inning, the same inning. He walked 3 in the same inning. 1 was intentional, so he ends up with 3 walks. Strikeouts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts for Nolan Ryan. So we can close the book on Nolan Ryan, and we see his numbers. 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. And now Frank DiPino is your pitcher, left-hander, facing the left-handed Dykstra. And you notice Dykstra has no home run chances against lefties. All his home run chances are against right-handers. So that's one of the reasons why they brought him in. DiPino, 2-5 is a strikeout chance. 3 will get him. So he strikes out Dykstra, the first batter he faces. He strikes out Mr. Dykstra. So he is the only lefty in the pen. So after this, the Astros will not have any other lefty relievers. Now Backman is up. He does not hit as well against lefties, but they like his defense. He is a 4 defender. Tuffle, who they usually bring in when they play a lefty, is only a 2 range. So they're going to stick with Backman. They don't want to lose that defense. Plus, with 2 outs, nobody on, there's no threat to do anything, really. DePino, 4-2 is a walk chance. 10 will actually walk him. So how about that? Wally Backman draws a 2-out walk. His attempt is a 1. Nothing happening. And Keith Hernandez, another lefty, is up to give it a go. So Backman with a 2-out walk, and here comes Keith Hernandez. DePino, 3-3, hit by pitch chance. He's a 4, plus the 4 is an 8, but that's a 17. No hit by pitch. Hernandez will swing away. 2-2, and he's going to single pass first base. How about that? S3 to get from first to third. All he needs a 2, so Backman will make it to third easily. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 down for Darryl Strawberry. Yet another lefty, but DePino's not doing so well against the lefties. The Astros do have Kerfeld ready to go to face Carter if DePino can't get it done. Strategy roll for pickoffs. Nothing happening. So DePino to Strawberry, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Mets looking to extend the lead. DePino, 6-2, strikeout chance, got him, and that's going to end the inning. And it's going to do it for DePino. And for Strawberry, he's got the hat trick. He struck out 3 times. For the Mets, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. We go to the 7th inning. Still 3-1 Mets. And DePino's day is done, so we can close the book on DePino. DePino pitches 2/3 of an inning, gives up a hit and a walk, and he gets 2 strikeouts. Gives up no runs. And actually, Senor Smoke, Aurelio Lopez, will be the new pitcher for the Astros, that they have changed their mind from Kerfeld to Lopez. So Lopez will be the new pitcher coming on in the bottom of the 7th. Right now, the top of the 7th, it's still Dwight Gooden, still going strong, showing no signs of fatigue. And coming up for the Astros, it'll be Reynolds, Mizarok, and Ryan, the scheduled hitters. They may pinch hit for Mizarok. We shall see. Right now, Reynolds will stay in there. 4-1 is an automatic out against the lefty. So the automatic out is a fly to left. So Reynolds will fly to left for 1 down. That'll bring up Mizarok. They could bring in a pinch hitter, Ashby, or they could bring in somebody else and let Ashby catch later. Ashby's a 257 hitter. They're going to bring him in. We're in the 7th inning, so I feel comfortable making substitutions in the 7th inning and later. So Ashby will be coming on, and he will stay in the game to catch. So Alan Ashby. Now let's fix this a little bit better here, hopefully, so we can see it. So Alan Ashby is your new catcher going forward. So Alan Ashby will pinch hit. Adjust my scores book here. Ashby is the pinch hitter. And we'll stay in the game to catch in the bottom of the 7th. Now let's clear up a little focus problem that might have arisen there, so we'll take care of that. All right, so Gooden to Ashby. 4-6, that's a strikeout chance. 16 is too high. So we go to Ashby. 2-4, and that's a fly to right field for out number 2. Out number 2. And if you're curious, the 2-4 on Mizarok was a fly to left, so he would have made it out also. And now we need a pinch hitter for Nolan Ryan. And let's see, with 2 outs and nobody on, do you go with a home run guy, or do you go with maybe somebody you don't mind using and being done with them? So looks like they're going to go with Jim Pankovitz. And actually that's misspelled. There should be an S here, not a Z. His name is spelled with an S at the end, not a Z. That's a typo. But I'm not going to bother Chris with it. I know what it is. So Pankovitz is on to pinch hit. Jim Pankovitz. 2 outs, base is empty, and Pankovitz the pinch hitter. Gooden. 6-3 is a blank. We go to Pankovitz. 2-3, and it's a star 2, which is a fly to center. Dykstra puts it away, and the inning's over. So 1-2-3 inning for Dwight Gooden here in the 7th. He's pitched 7 strong. And we go the 7th inning stretch. It is still the Mets 3 and the Astros 1. And I'm going to stretch along with them as we bring in a new pitcher, Senor Smoke, Aurelio Lopez. He will be on to pitch for the Astros. That'll leave Anderson, Kerfeld, and Dave Smith in the bullpen for the Stros. And due up for the Mets will be Carter, Heap, and Johnson. And new catcher in the game for the Astros is now Alan Ashby. Not quite as good defensively as Mizarok, but was the better hitter, so they needed offense. That's the reason why they went that way. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up and stretch, fix the focus, make sure everything's still in camera the way I like it, which it appears to be. And Gary Carter will step to the plate. He is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts and a walk. Senor Smoke, 5-2, is a blank to a righty, so Carter will swing. 4-3, and that is a single past third base. So Gary Carter greets Senor Smoke with a base hit. And let's see, strategy roll for a pickoff. Nothing happening. Carter can't run anywhere. Danny Heap is your batter. Lopez, 2-5, strikeout chance, but too high. Heap will not strike out. He swings instead. 4-4, and that's a ground ball back to the pitcher, Lopez. Now, he's already a -1 on double plays. When it gets hit back to the pitcher, you lose another one. So that's a -2 to go with his 2 there. That's a 0. The pivot at what would be shortstop is Craig Reynolds, who's also a 0. So there's no chance of a double play. What we're going to see now is if it's going to be a throw to first or get the force at second base. Carter, the runner, is a BR of 2, but halfway is a 1. So if we roll a 1 or a 6, Carter will advance. 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a force play. It's a 6, so Carter is going to advance to second. Lopez, turns out his only play was to first. So it's going to go 1-3, and Carter will take second base with 1 out. And it's going to bring up Hojo, Howard Johnson. Strategy roll for a pickoff. Nothing happened. So Lopez to Hojo. 1-4, strikeout chance, because he's a switch hitter batting left. It is a strikeout chance. He strikes out an 18, plus 1's a 19, so that's a strikeout. Hojo down on strikes for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Santana. We were in a similar position before, walking Santana and pitching to Gooden. But if you walk him here, they could pinch hit for Gooden with a better hitter off the bench. So I think this time they're going to actually go ahead and pitch to Santana, not wanting to risk a pinch hitter coming in and breaking the game open. So now Lopez with the strategy roll. Nothing happening. Lopez to Santana. 2-2, it's a ballpark chance. We're going to Shea Stadium. 1-4, it's a ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning as Doran throws to Davis. And the Mets are out here in the 7th. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 left. 7 innings are complete from Shea Stadium, and it's still 3-1 favor the Mets. Lopez did his job. And now Gooden is coming back out. He is set to lead off the 8th inning. So if they can get 8 innings out of Gooden, I'm sure they'll be very happy about it. Gooden has faced 27 batters. He can face 31, so he's still okay. He will be facing the top of the order in Bill Doran. Met bullpen does have some activity. They do have their 2 best they had. McDowell and Orozco are loosening in the pen. They don't want to give this thing up. Gooden, 1-1, strikeout chance. Got him. 7 plus the 1 is an 8, so that fits. Gooden says, I don't need no stinking bullpen. There's 1 away, and here's Ty Gainey. Gainey is 1 for 3 with a stolen base and scored the only run of the game. 2-4 is a range play. Go to Gainey for a range play. 6-2, it's a single to center field, but it's a range check for Lenny Dykstra. His range is a 4. So Dykstra's range is a 4. And he takes that hit away, so no base hit. It's going to be a Nice running grab by Nails. As Nails nailed him for out number 2. And here comes Denny Walling. 4-2. That's a blank to a lefty. So we go to Walling's card. 5-6. The star line. 6 fly to left field. Heat puts it away. It's another 1-2-3 inning for Gooden. So he finishes in style, going 8 solid. And we can close the book on Gooden because they're going to pinch hit for him in the bottom of the 8th. But he goes 8 solid. 8 solid innings for Gooden. Gives up the 1 run, which was earned. Just 5 hits allowed. And let's see how many he walked. He walked 2. And let's check his strikeouts. Not that many strikeouts. 1, 2. I've only gone for 2 strikeouts unofficially. So my final line score on Dwight Gooden is 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. He is in line to get the victory as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And a pinch hitter will be coming in for Mr. Gooden. Mookie Wilson is the only non-right-handed hitter on the bench, so they could go that direction if they so choose, or they can go to somebody else. Let's see, his average is 289. He might have the best. Actually, Ray Knight has the best average, but he's much better against lefties. So let's see what they want to do here. They may want to save Wilson and be a defensive replacement for Heap, and they will. So they're not going to have. They're going to have Kevin Mitchell pinch hit because they're going to bring in the top of the 9th. They're going to bring in Mookie Wilson to play left field. So, and they may bring in Ray Knight to play third for Howard Johnson. That's also a possibility. Glenn Davis will lead it off for the, I'm sorry, in the 9th for the Astros. But right now it's the Mets, Aurelio Lopez, and Lopez has already pitched 1 inning and faced 4 batters. So he can face 7 before he gets tired, so he's still okay. But Kevin Mitchell officially announced as a pinch hitter. So Kevin Mitchell will pinch hit against Senor Smoke. 6-4. That's a blank to a lefty. So we go to Mitchell. 6-1. He doubles to left field. So, boy, what a move there by Davey Johnson. Picked the right guy to pinch hit as Kevin Mitchell just clubs a double to lead off the bottom of the 8th. And as the Mets look for insurance. And now, do you pinch run for Mitchell? Is there anybody that's faster? Yeah, Mookie Wilson, but they're saving him for left field. So we're going to keep Mitchell in there as the base runner. And we're back to the top of the order in Lenny Dykstra. And there's no more left-handers on the bench for the Astros. So they are sticking with Lopez. Strategy rolls are off now. So Lopez to Dykstra. 4-5. That is a strikeout plus, and he got him. A huge strikeout for Senor Smoke. Out number 1. That's going to bring it to Wally Backman. Lopez, 5-6. That's an automatic out against the switch hitter batting left-handed. The out will go. Fly to center field for out number 2. Center fielder arm is a +1. But you lose 2 going from second to third. That's a net -1. And the run rating of Mitchell is a 3, so it's a total of 2. So 1-2, he can take third base. He does not. He has to hold. So he will hold. And here comes Keith Hernandez, who is 4 for 4, and they have just given the 4 fingers to Keith Hernandez. They like to give him the 1 finger in the middle, but they're going to go ahead and give him the 4 fingers. And they're not going to mess with the guy who's 4 for 4. Why take the chance? Why not pitch the guy who struck out 3 times already, Darryl Strawberry? So let's see if Darryl Strawberry takes offense to the intentional walk. Might feel he's disrespected. I don't know. But it's hard to be respectful for somebody that struck out 3 times and the guy in front of you is 4 for 4. So now, Lopez, that intentional walk does not count against his fatigue, but he is tired. He has faced 8 batters now. So what do you do here? Do you take a chance of him hitting that fatigue roll, or do you let him keep going? Boy, what do they want to do here? I don't think you can afford to take that chance. So Lopez is going to come out, and Charlie Kerfeld is going to come on to try to keep the score where it is. If you hit that parentheses roll and you give up a cheap run, you're going to really feel pretty bad. So Hal Lanier says, nope, not going to do it. We're going to go to the bullpen for Charlie Kerfeld. For Aurelio Lopez, he goes an inning and 2/3, and he's going to give up 2 hits. He walked 1, which was the intentional walk, and he struck out 2, and he is responsible for both runners on base. So Kerfeld to Strawberry as the Mets look for insurance. 1-2 is a range play. Range play, Strawberry. 5-3, and that is a single to first base, but it's a range play for Glenn Davis. His range is a 4. So Glenn Davis needs this to save a run. He needs a 4 or less to save a run. And he got it, so nice play. Davis ranges to get it, flips to Kerfeld covering, and the inning is over. And that keeps the Astros in the game. Nice play by Glenn Davis. He got it done. And the score remains tied for the Mets. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. So we go to the 9th, last chance for the Astros. And we got some defensive changes occurring for the Mets, as we will have, for sure, we will have Mookie Wilson in left field taking over for, he will take over for Danny Heap. So Mookie Wilson taking over for Danny Heap, and he is a 5 in left field, 5 range, so very, very good. And Ray Knight will come in. Even though Howard Johnson's made a few nice plays, they're still not taking any chances. Ray Knight is a 3 with an 11 error rating. Howard Johnson's a 2 with a 20 error rating. So got to play the odds and go with who you think the better fielder is. And so Ray Knight will be coming on to play third base in place of Hojo. All right, so those changes are now complete. Now the question is, who's coming in to get the save for the Mets? Is it going to be Orozco or is it going to be McDowell? The Astros have righty switch left, so probably doesn't make much of a difference. So according to the numbers, Orozco had 21 saves, McDowell had 22, but Orozco has a much better ERA, so we're going to go with Jesse Orozco. It is going to be Jesse Orozco coming on to pitch for the Mets. Try to close this thing out here in the top of the 9th of a 3-1 ball game. It's been a nice tight ball game, very enjoyable to play. Don't know how enjoyable it is to watch, but it's definitely good to play. Let me double check my focus one more time. Get this back to go to square one. After putting all that stuff in front of the phone, it can blur the stuff, so I want to make sure that's all taken care of. All right, we are ready to go here in the top of the 9th. Jesse Orozco to Glenn Davis. Davis is 0 for 3 in this game. 6-6 is a strikeout. 11 is too high. We go to Glenn Davis. 5-3, and that's a fly to right field. 1 away. Put away out there by Strawberry. So Davis is retired, and that will send up Kevin Bass. Not a whole lot on the bench for the Astros. Cruz is on deck, 278 hitter, does not hit as good against lefties. They could think about doing Garner, because Cruz is 0 for 3, so they may pinch hit for Cruz with Phil Garner. We'll wait and see. Orozco to Bass. 2-3 is Bass is a switch hitter batting right-handed, which makes him a walk plus. So he's a 2. The plus makes it a 12. Plus 2 is a 14. So that's a walk. So Orozco has walked Kevin Bass, and that will bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Jose Cruz. Strategy rolls are off, so no chance of a stolen base or anything like that. So Phil Garner will come in and pinch hit for Cruz. And if it goes extra innings, they have Meadows or Walker. Either one can play left field. But right now it is Garner who is doing the pinch hitting for Mr. Cruz. in a big spot, and his home run chances, should he find one, is a 13, which is pretty good. Cruz's home run chance against lefties was only a 6. So another reason why they might do this. 6-3, and that's a strikeout chance. It's a 1. Garner had no chance. Not fair to Garner on that one to judge him, because when you get a strikeout and a 1, you're striking out. I don't care who you are. So Phil Garner, tough break there for him. And now they will pinch it for Craig Reynolds, even though he does not have a ding against lefties. He's got a cookie cutter card. I'm going to be realistic and take a right-hander and bring a right-hander in, and the right-hander is going to be Dickie Thon. And Thon would play short if it goes extra innings. So Dickie Thon will pinch hit for Reynolds. I'm playing it the way I think the manager would, and I'm pretty sure they would pinch hit for Reynolds with a right-hander. So 2 down, last chance for the Astros against Orozco. 6-5, and that's a ballpark card going to Shea Stadium. 3-6, and that's a rare play. First rare play of the game, and it comes potentially as the last play of the game, potentially, I should say. So we got rare play with runners on base. Rare play with runners on base. We rolled a 54. Rare play, runners on base, 54. Deep fly to center field, caught. All right, well, that's the end of the game. He caught it. That's the third out. The rest of it's over. Everything else is irrelevant, because when he catches this, that's the third out. Run on first, has to backtrack. I mean, you got a chance of doubling him off, but that really is irrelevant in the bigger scheme of things, because that's the third out of the inning, and that's the ball game. So Orozco gets Dickie Thon to fly to center field to end the inning and end the ball game. So 3-1 your final. Jesse Orozco gets the save. He gave up a walk and a strikeout, nothing else. He gets the save. Gooden gets the win. And the loss goes to Nolan Ryan. So let's get all the totals here. Lopez did his totals. Kerfeld. Let's see. Kerfeld just faced the 1 batter. Strawberry and got him out, so nothing there. So let me pause the video and we'll do our line score and wrap everything up. Okay, final line score of the game. Mets are victorious on this July 4th, 1986 game. They win it 3-1 over the Astros. 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Mets. They left on 13 batters, so it could have been a lot worse. Astros 1 run, 5 hits, no errors, 6 left. Winning pitcher was Dwight Gooden. Loser is Nolan Ryan. And Jesse Orozco earns the save. So I'll be curious to see how this turns out in this setup rather than that big board for inside pitch. We'll see how it turns out. Also curious to see how it turns out now that I'm doing a recording of it, not live, so we get the 1080p. So hopefully the cards are looking a little bit better than they do on Saturday mornings or afternoons. But anyway, fun game. Just a little one-off, nothing weird. Just wanted to pick a July 4th game to do in inside pitch, and I looked at a couple seasons, and this was the best matchup I could find out of all the seasons. So that's what I'm going for. That's why I did it. And it actually turned out to be a pretty interesting game, as the Mets win it 3-1 really over the Astros. And like I said, they left on 13, so it could have been a lot worse. But that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.